Dahil nga sa mga pangyayari dyan sa Senado, umuugong na naman daw itong kudita sa loob. Mismo ang SP Cayetano sinasabi may mga from minority na kinakausap na yung ilan po sa mga nasa majority para lumipat. At ito nga, may plano daw patalsikin itong si SP Cayetano. Ano pong pananaw po ninyo?
Well, they don't have the numbers, itong mga minority. 9 lang sila eh. Kahit pa magsali sa kanila yung additional 2, 11 lang sila. So that will not happen. And my observation is that baka mag-join pa yung 2 na naka-abstain sa majority para patatagin ang majority and to assure our people na hindi na babalik yung abusadong majority led by former Senate President Vicente Soto III. So hindi mangyayari yan sa aking analysis based on the numbers that they have on both sides at sa realidad ng sitwasyon. You know, the Senate has to be stable para yung kanilang serbisyo ay tuloy-tuloy. And the people do not want instability. So, I don't think so mangyayari yung na sinasabi na yan. Kasi masisira ang institusyon ng Senado pag nangyari pa uli yan at hindi papayag na ang tao. So, that is remote from my perspective.
Ilang senador nga itong nasa minority ay tinatanggi din na natimbrihan sila bago po yung gulo dyan sa Senado. Ano ho yung inyong pananaw din, reaksyon doon?
You know, I do not know really kung totoo ba yung sinasabi na naabisuhan sila na papasukin uli yung Senado. But sa nakikita natin, bakit lahat sila doon wala? Yung side lang ng majority ang nandun. Pero ayoko kasing maging malisyoso, no? Granting that they are in good faith na lumabas talaga sila because wala namang ganon. So, let it be. Pero ang klaro dito is that kahit anong sabihin ng NBI at ng Palasyo, based sa circumstances and the situation na nangyari ng Mayo 13, klarong-klaro na merong attempt to assault the Senate for the second time. At hindi yan maitatanggi. And that will be evidence against the government doon sa urgent manifestation and motion ni Senator Bato. With more reason, dapat mag-issue ng temporary restraining order ang Korte Suprema dito to put things in the right order at ma-prevent yung chaos. Sila rin ang nagbigay ng cause why the Supreme Court should issue a temporary restraining order.
Ano naman, nandun ho ba kayo nung papalabas po si dating Senate President Tito Soto sa Senado, attorney, dahil pumalag siya matapos ngang hinampas paulit-ulit ang kanyang sasakyan umano ng mga nagpoprotesta po doon sa labas ng Senado?
Yeah, I was nearby. Although, para sa akin, hindi dapat yon kasi kahit pa we don't agree with him and with his actions, hindi dapat merong violence. I was always telling the rallies, do not put the law into your hands. Kung magsalita kayo, you express your freedom of speech and freedom of expression in a peaceful manner in accordance with our Bill of Rights. Huwag kayong gumamit ng dahas. So, nalungkot ako doon kasi nakita ko may konting ganon na nangyari. Probably, dala rin yun ng frustration at galit ng mga rallyista. Pero I don't tolerate it. Kasi hindi dapat nangyayari yan Consistent ako na dapat peaceful ang isang protest action. Kasi hindi naman tayo in the jungle May mga batas tayo. At tayong mga Pilipino, we can accomplish things peacefully. Pero nga tayong dalawang EDSA EDSA 1 and EDSA 2, which were accomplished in a peaceful, non-violent manner. So, hindi ko yon sinasanction. Hindi ko tinotolerate yung ganyan. Very unfortunate na nangyari yon kay Senate President Soto. Former. Senate President Soto.
Opo, opo. Attorney, meron ho ba kayong ideya at o tama ba yung mga bali-balitang nakita nga si Senator Robin Padilla sa NAIA, papalipadata? Baka meron po kayong idea lang, attorney, tungkol po doon kung gaano po katotoo ang balitang yan?
Well, hearsay naman yan sa pagdating sa atin, no? Kasi hindi naman natin nakita. I really don't know. Pero si Senator Robin Padilla ang dapat mag-explain yan. Kasi tayo, very speculative sa atin ang dating. Baka, imbis na maklaruhan natin yan, lalong mag-cause ng confusion or pandemonium sa ating mga Pilipino at hindi natin makuha yung totoo dito. So, it would be best for Senator Robin Padilla kung pwede niyang sabihin. Pero hindi mo rin pwedeng persahan o i-force yan kay Senator Padilla kung ayaw niya magsalita tungkol dyan. Because a fellow senator will really protect yung kanyang kasama kasi meron silang resolution eh. At ang belief ng majority ng Senado ngayon ay walang warrant na in effect ang ICC kasi nga walang jurisdiction, hindi kinikilala dito. At walang pahintulot sa ating local court yung warrant na gustong i-enforce ng National Bureau of Investigation. And I really question the action of the NBI, hindi lang dahil doon sa mali yung ginawa nila kasi assault ang ginagawa nila eh. Yung kanilang authority kasi hindi naman sila ang PCTC eh, Philippine Center for Transnational Crime. So anong otoridad nila para i-enforce yung warrant na yan na wala namang basbas ng local court? So dalawa ang question. One, yung authority ng NBI to enforce an ICC warrant. Second, yung kawalan ng basbas or permission from the local court kasi hindi nila sinapit yan sa local court in accordance with our Bill of Rights at saka even the Rome Statute, Article 59.
Opo. Attorney, huling issue na lamang o topic, kaugnay nga doon sa impeachment case ni Vice President Sara Duterte. Sabi nga ni SP Cayetano by May 18, kung hindi ako nagkakamali, soonest ay magko-convene po yung Senado patungkol nga dito sa impeachment case ni Vice President Sara Duterte. Ano ho bang inaasahan po ninyo?
Well, alam mo, yung Senado naman, meron silang duty, no, to constitute themselves into an impeachment court. So tama yung sinabi ni Senate President Alan Peter Cayetano, na action sila dito at Mayo 18 nga ang target date or earlier. Now, ako naman, from my view, based on circumstances and political reality, the articles of impeachment is dead in the water. Anong ibig sabihin yan? Baka ma-dismiss yan eh. On the part of the defense, meron silang option questionin yung validity, yung legality or constitutionality ng articles of impeachment through a motion to dismiss or a motion to quash. Kasi merong question doon sa proceedings ng Committee on Justice. Remember, ang House noong April 29, April 24, April 4, March 25. Nag-conduct sila ng proceedings eh. But at the time, the House and the Senate were not in session or in recess. Okay? So, yung kanilang continuation ng proceedings, I'm talking of the Committee on Justice, was in violation or in contravention of Article 11, Section 3, subparagraph 2 of the Constitution, which mandates that yung kanilang proceedings ay maganap or gagawin when Congress is in session. Nakasaad doon mismo that they have to file the committee report within 60 session days eh. Kahit yung filing, dapat kahit yung action sa file complaint should take place during the session days ng House. Pero hindi ito nangyari. Yung 4 na araw wherein present sila ng mga witnesses like accused kidnapper Madriaga, the controversial Antonio Trillanes III, yung AMLAC Executive Director na nagkaroon ng unauthorized disclosure of confidential information in violation of the AMLA law of 2021, and other witnesses. Nangyari nung days na walang session ang House, March 25, April 4, April 22, and April 29. Lahat ito ay void eh. Pag void, dahil ang House Resolution 892 is void, being contrary to Article 11, Section 3 sa Paragraph 2, ibig sabihin yung kanilang finding of probable cause ay void din. At void din yung kanilang committee report at articles of impeachment na hinanda ng Committee on Justice, which was voted favorably by the plenary noong Mayo 5, May 5. So, ito ay pwedeng questionin in a motion to quash or motion to dismiss before the Senate sitting as an impeachment court. So, for all intents and purposes, hindi mag-prosper yung ganyang kaso na void from the beginning. I'm talking of the articles of impeachment. So, yan ang aking perspective. At saka, yung aking experience sa impeachment, yung Corona, especially at saka Bautista impeachment where I was involved, nangyari yung mga proceedings na yan when Congress was in session, when the House was in session. Wala during the recess. And even Gutierrez impeachment nangyari when Congress was in session. And even the Davide impeachment happened when Congress was in session. So ngayon lang nangyari ito na itong impeachment proceedings against our Vice President Sara C. Duterte ay nangyari when Congress is in recess. So you see the voidness of the proceedings ng House Committee on Justice at saka yung action nila dito sa mga complaints. Aside from the other objections like sila na ang nagsisil ng mga defekto at kakulangan doon sa dalawang complaints, nagkaroon tuloy ng issue on fishing expedition. So, to me, void ab initio yung articles of impeachment, and therefore, that can be the subject of a motion to quash or a motion to dismiss before the Senate sitting as an impeachment court on May 18, 2026.